quantum stealth. Harry Potter fans have reason to rejoice, as the Canadian company Hyperstealth Biotechnology Corporation has created quantum stealth, in other words, an invisibility cloak. The company itself produces camouflage for the military. If they fully curb this technology, they will become the main manufacturers of military camouflage. For clarity, I will say that there is nothing magical or related to quantum technology in this cloak. But on the contrary, it resembles more those very cards that shimmer at different angles and show a different image. You may ask, but how did they achieve such an effect that even behind this shield you can't see a person, but just a blurred shadow? Again, a game with light, quantum stealth is a large lens that changes the direction of different light waves, because of which an object nearby is not visible. It is called lenticular raster in another way. An interesting name, isn't it? However, the owner of the company himself declares that this is not a real invisibility cloak from a scientific point of view, since in this case, the cloak should completely hide the object from any angle, and the background will not be distorted, and in this case, the person is blurred, as in a Photoshop filter, only in reality. Previously, this technology did not represent anything, and the creator fed the media with renderings of his works. Because of this, he received a dose of skepticism in his direction, and now he sells these lenses for $400 for the largest copy. Let's see what this technology comes to and whether we can run into the women's locker room in the future and no one will even know about it. Speng Volkswagen flying car. Many people have ever been stuck in traffic jams during rush hour and wanted it to end as soon as possible. For this, they invented the flying car in China. The mastodon in the Volkswagen automotive market and the startup Chinese company XPeng have teamed up to create a flying car that will exceed your expectations. At the exhibition in Beijing, many impressive car concepts were shown that may well enter the markets. Here are the most interesting. However, today we will talk about the flying car, a concept introduced by Volkswagen in collaboration with XPeng. This car is equipped with blades, due to which it will rise up and soar in the air. It is not the first time that China surprises with transport in the air, the same maglev train that moves 10 meters above the ground, and this happened a year ago, and, as usual, China was the first in this area. Let's see what happens here. But for now, manufacturers report that the model will go on sale in 2026. We will wait for this beast to show itself, not at exhibitions. Archax-01, a robot for big boys. In Japan, they do not give up trying to cram a human into a robot, and this time it seems to be quite successful. The dream of a mecha animeshnik, Archax-01, was created by Tsubame Industries, which is headed by an engineer who is 25 years old. Rayashida girls, this is for you. The robot is hefty, as much as 4.5 meters tall and weighs 3.5 tons. This machine moves on 4 wheels with a maximum speed of 10 kilometers per h. The whole thing is controlled from the inside through monitors and cameras using joysticks and a keyboard. If you're still trying to figure out why, then don't. It's just a huge robot that you can climb into and wave your hands at. For those who already have enough of this, the price will be a symbolic $3 million. Rei Yoshida, however, tells beautiful stories about the fact that Archax can be useful to emergency services in the aftermath of disasters. But even a cursory glance at the appearance and wheelbase of the robot makes you at least doubt the expediency of such undertakings. In standing mode, the Archax Mecha Robot can move at a speed of 2 kilometers per h, and in driving mode, this speed increases to 10 kilometers per h. It's not exactly floating in the air like in video games, but it's better than just standing still. It can tilt forward a maximum of 20 degrees in standing mode and 30 degrees in motion mode to avoid falling. If these values are exceeded, the system shuts down to avoid serious accidents. The risk assessment for the mechanism is carried out in accordance with the safety rules for construction machines and robots. Such a robot is clearly not the first in Japan, but by far the most advanced to date. A copter pack is a manned drone or backpack helicopter. The development is led by an Australian company of the same name. The copter pack uses two propellers with a diameter of about 90 centimeters. They are connected to a rigid frame to which batteries and two armrests with controls are attached. The flight looks very well controlled. First, the pilot smoothly rises to a high altitude above the beach, then demonstrates the movement of the copter pack in different directions, after which he also gently descends to the ground. It is unclear how well such a system will take root. The propellers are closed only on the side. Above and below, they remain open and pose a danger to the pilot. There is also a possibility of birds getting inside due to the large diameter of the propellers. It is unlikely that this design will help in combat operations due to the previously voiced problem. But it looks interesting. In any case, development has been going on for 3 years, but there is no information on going on sale. I'd like to fly one of these. RPS-40 radar. Rada Electronic Industries is a global company specializing in the creation of radars designed for the defense and aerospace industries of Israel. In this case, they created the RPS-40 radar, which will notice you even at the edge of the world. You will not hide anywhere. The radar is capable of detecting drones, anti-tank shells, and grenades at a distance of 20 kilometers. This is an intelligent system. It detects a threat immediately after launch, issues an alarm, and also calculates the firing position. And now you can connect it to other systems, that is, with timely notification. You have a much better chance of staying alive. In addition, now you can also stop this threat. Rada Electronic Industries announces the successful testing of its advanced multi-purpose hemispherical radar for anti-artillery, missiles, and mortars, RPS-40C RAM. The RPS-40 mission provides tactical accuracy in determining the starting point and the point of defeat. During the recent tests, which were monitored by representatives of the Israel Defense Forces and the defense industry, several mortars and rockets were fired in the radar area. The system detected threats at a very early stage and provided an exceptionally long alert time without showing a single false alarm. Today, this technology can be a key moment in defeating the enemy, and we should wait for it to show in the future. It turned out to be a cool video. If you liked it, then like and subscribe so I'll know what to post next time. Profluent, a California-based company, has created a new AI-based technology capable of altering genes that cause hereditary diseases. We tell you how OpenCRISPR-1 works and how it is dangerous for humanity. The startup Profluent, which develops proteins based on artificial intelligence, has introduced the world's first open-source gene editor, OpenCRISPR, created by AI. OpenCRISPR-1 consists of a Cas9-like protein and a guide RNA, and is designed using large language models, LLM. OpenCRISPR-1 is based on CRISPR technology, which allows you to change genes that cause hereditary diseases, such as sickle cell anemia and blindness.
This is a tipping point and the beginning of what we hope will be an iterative process as we embark on creating the next generation of genetic drugs,
said Peter Cameron, Vice President and Head of Gene Editing at Profluent. New technology could accelerate the development of treatments for thousands of incurable genetic diseases. The gene editors created by AI promise to be more adaptable and powerful than those limited by natural evolution. The OpenCRISPR-1 protein retains the prototypical architecture of the Cas9 type 2 nuclease, but is hundreds of mutations away from SPCase9 or any other known natural protein.
These editors have never existed on Earth. The system has learned from nature to create them, but they are new.
Explained by the head of the Department of Bioengineering and Therapeutic Sciences at the University of California, San Francisco, who got acquainted with Profluent's research work. Similar to how ChatGPT works, OpenCRISPR-1 creates new gene editors after analyzing biological data. However, OpenCRISPR is unlikely to change the healthcare system in the short term due to the cost of research and the man-hours required to study. But it is hoped that the new gene editor will open the door to a world where drugs are quickly adapted to a specific case. Thanks to the open source code, laboratories and companies will be able to experiment with the new technology for free. Some scientists warn against using CRISPR, as the new technology can cause side effects, and warn about unethical use of CRISPR, such as genetic modification of human embryos.
These AI models learn from sequences, be it sequences of symbols or words, computer code or amino acids.
Profluence Executive Director Ali Madani explained. Sarcos Robotics has introduced a production version of the Guardian exoskeleton, which allows a person to lift a load weighing 90 kilograms while feeling the load at the level of 4.5 kilograms. Sarcos Robotics will lease exoskeletons at a price of about $100,000 per year. Exoskeletons are necessary in order to increase human strength or reduce the load on the body when performing work tasks. For example, Ford uses exoskeletons in factories to reduce the load on assemblers, fixing parts above their heads. In the case of reinforcing exoskeletons, so far these devices are hardly used outside of laboratories, although they can potentially be used in many industries and warehouses where heavy and large objects need to be moved. Sarcos Robotics has been developing a commercially available full-size exoskeleton for similar conditions for several years. Now the company has shown the final version of the device. To start working with the exoskeleton, a person goes inside the structure and securely attaches to it with straps and a vest. After that, in fact, the robot simply duplicates the actions of a person, reading his movements and efforts, and repeating them, taking into account the proportions. The developers note that the ratio of human effort and, depending on the tasks, a person can change the nozzles at the ends of their hands. And if the battery is dead, the exoskeleton works for about 2 hours. It can be quickly changed without disassembling the entire device. The robot consists of many sections driven by electric motors. Their work is limited mechanically as well as programmatically. For example, if for some reason the robot loses power, the arms will not fall sharply, but will smoothly descend. In addition, the exoskeleton cannot spread its arms wider than the human body allows, which ensures safety. Toyota's robot technology takes an important step into the future with the debut of its third-generation humanoid robot, THR-3. This versatile machine can potentially provide safe assistance in environments ranging from the home and hospitals to disaster zones and even outer space. The new machine reflects Toyota's broad research into how advanced technologies can be used to help meet people's individual mobility needs. It marks an evolution of the previous generation humanoid robots, which were engineered to play musical instruments to test the precise positioning of joints and operation of pre-programmed movements, to a platform with multiple capabilities that can be used to help people or provide assistance in a wide range of situations. The partner robot team members are committed to using the technology in THR-3 to develop friendly and helpful robots that coexist with humans and assist them in their daily lives, said Akifumi Tamaoki, General Manager, Partner Robot Division. Looking ahead, the core technologies developed for this platform will help inform and advance the future development of robots to provide ever better mobility for all. To work in more diverse scenarios, the BellaBot robot is equipped with 2 positioning and navigation technologies, visual and laser slam. Both technologies are accurate and easy to use. Both positioning technologies used in BellaBot provide the user with the same level of robot performance. Although the positioning technologies are different, the degree of convenience for BellaBot customers never changes. Of convenience for BellaBot customers never changes. To ensure increased safety, BellaBot is equipped with 3D sensors and a new type of modular chassis. He can stop and bypass obstacles as soon as he finds them from any side. The popular American restaurant chain Denny's, known for its delicious breakfast and premium dishes, has unveiled BellaBot, the newest addition to its restaurant service team in Canada. With over 1,700 restaurants worldwide, Denny's is constantly innovating to improve the quality of its customer service. And BellaBot is the latest example of their commitment to providing exceptional service. The first-generation Figure robot impresses with its skills. In collaboration with OpenAI, Figure, a robotics company, has developed a robot that can conduct a full-fledged conversation, plan, and perform its actions. Figure 01 is the first robot that trains itself thanks to the implemented artificial intelligence of OpenAI. The famous robots of the Boston Dynamics campaign are distinguished by their mobility and intelligence, but Figure independently analyzes the terrain and does what a robot should not care about. This robot can be controlled by voice, translating text into speech, due to the language model created by OpenAI. This is shocking, since just 2 months ago, a humanoid robot could turn on the coffee machine, and today it talks to a person, analyzes the area, and helps the owner find food if he is hungry. For example, here he gives him an apple.
Great, can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
He can also put the dishes on the dryer when they are not on the ground, or put the garbage back in the drawer.
What you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
Great, so based on the scene right now, where do you think the dishes in front of you go next?
Of course.
It is amazing that a robot with a height of 170 centimeters and a weight of 60 kilograms, like a human, is 20% faster than humans and has its own mind. Trombia Technologies is a Finnish company that has developed the Trombia free robot vacuum cleaner for street cleaning. The device is already working on the streets of Helsinki. During the day, it moves along the walking route of the Baan, and at night it cleans up on the deserted streets of the city. The robot is about 3.5 meters long and 2.3 meters wide. The maximum speed of the robot is 10 kilometers per hour, but this indicator is limited at the software level. Trombia Free is equipped with cameras and proximity sensors. With the help of them, he builds a map of the surrounding space, determines the presence of obstacles, and carefully drives around them. He uses spinning brushes to clear the road of debris. The duration of operation of Trombia Free depends on the capacity of the installed battery. It is reported that it can be equipped with 45.6 or 91.2 kilowatt-hour memory sources. In the normal cleaning mode, the robot is able to work 8.5 or 17 hours respectively. But in high power mode, it works much less, 4 and 8 hours. Unfortunately, at the moment, the cost of the robot is unknown. 700,000 cyclists pass along the paved path of a large robot vacuum cleaner every day. Of course, someone has to clean the roads from debris and dirt. For this purpose, this beautiful robot was developed in Finland. On March 23, 2008, a bronze statue of Gundam was erected at the southern entrance to Kamiyagusa Station in Suginami, Tokyo, in honor of the animation studio of his hometown Sunrise. As part of the celebration of the 30th anniversary of the Gundam series, on March 11, 2009, the company officially announced a project called Real G, planning to build a Gundam on a real one scale in Japan. It was completed on June 9, 2009, and is on display in Tokyo Park. Later, the 18-meter statue was moved and reconstructed to the city of Shizuoka, where it was located from July 2010 to March 2011. In August, it was dismantled and reconstructed in Odaiba, Tokyo, on April 19, 2012. Until March 5, 2017, it stood in Odaiba along with a souvenir shop called Gundam Front Tokyo. On March 5th, it was announced that the life-size Gundam RX-78-2 will be replaced with another life-size Gundam RX-0 unicorn statue from Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. A second statue based on the original Gundam was announced at the end of 2018 as part of the Gundam Global Challenge, created to obtain the concepts of the animatronic version. The statue was completed in 2020 and opened to the public on December 19, 2020. Outside the Lalaport shopping complex in Shanghai, China, there is a life-size statue of the Freedom Gundam robot, 18 meters high, which moves and has glowing eyes. It was installed in 2021. In Japan, engineers are once again hitting the whole world. While we are getting used to new electric cars, the Japanese are creating scary giant spiders that walk around their cities. In this case, a 3-meter spider was walking along a street in Yokohama, where it ordinarily scared the locals with its size and realism. Fortunately, it was managed by specialists who skillfully entertained the crowd with their show, shooting flames and smoke from the spider's mouth. This sight was remembered by them for a long time. We will wait for what else the gentleman from the land of the rising sun will surprise us. Also write, I would like to see such a monster in my city. I would have moved a long time ago. The German company Festo has invented a kangaroo robot, which is nicknamed Bionic Kangaroo. Bionic Kangaroo is a mechanical robot that simulates the actions of a kangaroo. Its main feature is the presence of a recovery mechanism, like in real animals. The essence of the mechanism is to reuse the energy of one jump to make the next one. Thanks to this feature, live kangaroos can travel long distances and not get tired for a long time. The height of the robot is 1 meter and the weight is 7 kilograms. At the same time, it can bounce up to 40 centimeters in height and 80 centimeters in length. Bionic Kangaroo uses compressed air to move around. When landing, the springs in the robot store mechanical energy and release it in the next jump. Representatives of the company report that they do not plan to establish mass production of the kangaroo robot yet. Bionic Kangaroo was created in order to demonstrate the capabilities of mechanical systems to obtain energy from motion. Festo often surprises with its inventions related to robots imitating animals. Show them by subscribing and liking if you want to see more videos related to this company. What's it like to own a clone? Japanese roboticist Hiroshi Ishiguro has created a double for himself. The robot looks exactly the same as its creator, and sometimes even presents him at lectures. Only Hiroshi himself doesn't look like a robotics genius, but rather looks like some kind of artist in a leather jacket, black shirt, and trousers. And the look is completed with tinted glasses, the spitting image of a punk missing a kithara and a choker with spikes, although this is already superfluous. As for how he came up with the idea of creating his double, he says there were 2 reasons. Firstly, the android helps to this day give lectures in different parts of the world, since it is equipped with artificial intelligence and speaks no worse than its owner. And it is convenient for Ishiguro, since he does not need to fly around the world. However, the second reason for motivation was something higher, so we will not touch on this. As I said, the copy of Hiroshi has artificial intelligence. It is controlled remotely, which allows the scientist to go everywhere while sitting on the couch. The height of the android in a sitting position is 140 centimeters, and in a standing position it reaches an impressive 180 centimeters for the Japanese, several sensors and all sorts of little things. The most important thing for the developer was the skin. It was the most difficult to make, since he tried to make it as elastic and soft as that of a real person, and he even managed to surpass himself, since he was able to ensure that the double was able to imitate the facial expressions of a person and express yourself. The main statements of the Japanese are that robots will soon leave factories and factories, entering people's everyday lives. They will help the elderly, raise children, take care of everyday life and create comfort, and most importantly, become waiters at Starbucks. How would we live without this? And they will write our names on the cups. His statements are very bold, and it is unlikely that anyone will deny this, looking at the current progress in artificial intelligence and robotics. And the worst thing is that I still have not recorded a video about other robots of the Japanese genius engineer. Write in the comments if you would like a video with Hiroshi, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will continue. Jia. Chinese engineers presented the robot goddess, Jia, in the city of Hefei. According to Xinhua, the creators call it the most realistic anthropomorphic robot endowed with artificial intelligence. Jia has long hair, rosy cheeks, natural eye movements, and is also distinguished by her ability to deep learning. The robot is programmed to communicate with people, connects to various cloud services, and respectfully bows its head to the interlocutors, naturally looks from one interlocutor to another, and lip movements are synchronized with speech. This is perhaps the most advanced robot to date. It took Chen Xiaoping from the University of Science and Technology of China and his colleagues 3 years to create it. During the presentation, the beauty joked that it amazed the journalists when they tried to capture her on camera. Namely, she told them not to come close, as it would make her face look fat. It's amazing, since not many robots can make intelligent jokes about this or that topic. After what they saw, the developers considered Jia an ideal robot and decided to preserve her uniqueness without starting mass production of the humanoid. It's a pity. I think every Chinese would want such an interlocutor. Nadine's social android. Scientists at Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, have created a humanoid named Nadine, which has its own personality and is designed to serve as a social companion and assistant. The robot inherited the appearance of its main creator, Professor Nadezhda Telman. Nadine is a socially intelligent robot that responds to greetings, makes eye contact, and can remember all conversations that have been had with it. It is capable of autonomously answering questions in multiple languages, imitating emotions with both gestures and facial expressions, depending on the content of the user interaction. Nadine can recognize people she has seen before and engage in casual conversation. Nadine was programmed with a personality in the sense that her behavior could change depending on what she was told. Nadine has a total of 27 degrees of freedom for facial expression and upper body movements. With people he has previously encountered, he remembers facts and events associated with each person. He can help people with special needs by reading stories, showing pictures, giving sessions, Skype by sending emails and communicating with other family members. He can play the role of a secretary in the office or be a personal trainer. Nadine spoke to over 100,000 visitors to the Art Science Museum in Singapore during the exhibition Human Plus, The Future of Our Species, which ran from May to October 2017. Nadine worked as a customer service agent for AIA Insurance Company in Singapore. For the first time in the world, a humanoid robot is used as a customer service agent. However, there are certainly differences. So Nadine's hair looks a little harsher and her eyes are colder. But just like her mother, Nadine greets those who contact her and remembers her name in case of the next meeting. She is characterized by changes in moods and emotions. Nadine can look happy or sad and has a good memory. Having been equipped with modern software such as Apple's Siri or Microsoft's Cortana, Nadine is currently undergoing an internship at a university reception desk, and after appropriate modifications, such robots will be able to serve as an assistant in homes and offices, as well as an interlocutor for people of any age. Asuna, this robot can make you fall in love. Scientists' efforts to create a robot whose form and function will be as close to human-like as possible are beginning to reach their most decisive stage. In fact, thanks to the latest innovation, Japanese scientists affiliated with the A-Lab group promised to create a robot that will make its owner fall in love within 10 years. These Japanese people really want to introduce robots into their sex life. To achieve this, the Japanese are trying to make androids as indistinguishable from humans as possible. This is, for example, Asuna, built at A-Lab in 2014. According to the legend of the creators, this is a 15-year-old girl born in Tokyo. Height is 155 centimeters, weight is 43 kilograms. The developers tried to copy the appearance of a person and his movements as much as possible. The material from which Asuna's skin is made is almost indistinguishable to the touch from human skin. At a similar exhibition as in the case of Jiaja in Japan, Asuna also shocked journalists. They confused her with a real person and had no idea about it. And the girl even called the smart android schoolgirl an idol. Write if you would like to see her live. Harmony, the final and probably the sexiest robot to date. Just for this in 2018, sex tech company Abyss Creations put up for sale its new development, a $15,000 companion robot, Harmony, that can talk, learn, and doesn't use the word no. The smart machine was the culmination of 20 years of work by Abyss Creations and its CEO, Matt McMullen, to create sex dolls and 5 years of research into robots. So guys, are you interested? The development of the California Beauty took place in the city of San Marcos. Harmony itself is a robotic prototype of the ultra-realistic sex toy Real Doll, and as expected, it has become a top seller. The developer annually produces an average of 600 dolls, costing from $4,500 to $50,000 or more, depending on his preferences. The smart machine Harmony can conduct lively conversations about films, music, and books, compose and tell jokes, even mentioning Shakespeare himself in the dialogues. The fact that she can smile, frown, and blink doesn't even need to be mentioned. What if she remembers the owner's birthday and reminds him of it, knows all his food preferences, and remembers the names of his brothers and sisters? Wouldn't that be lovely? The Robotess is also capable of learning due to the embedded artificial intelligence, which according to McMullen, makes the android different from models similar to her. since she is trainable and can behave unpredictably, not like a programmed robot. Of course, she will not refuse you sex since she is dedicated to this and cannot say the word no at all. Harmony has its downsides, but they are not as many as the upsides. One of the most important problems of a smart woman is the inability to walk. The author could not introduce this ability to her since it is too expensive in terms of energy and money. However, he is sure that in the future they will correct this problem. This robot is so amazing that it has its own ideology. Supposedly, it should be a good companion and partner for the owner, and also give him pleasure. The most important thing is to become the girl he always dreamed of. This point of view coincides with McMullen's idea. Atlas 2.0 is an electric humanoid robot from Boston Dynamics. He lost his former massive torso and protective plates, becoming more slender and human-like. The robot has no visible cables, which makes its appearance more neat and attractive. A significant update has been made to the robot's motor skills. Atlas is able to perform movements with greater grace and precision, which, according to Boston Dynamics, made him look like a professional athlete. The robot is able to rise after falls without assistance, which significantly increases its productivity. Boston Dynamics plans to begin pilot testing of the electric Atlas on high-end production lines as early as next year. Atlas 2.0 is an electric humanoid robot from Boston Dynamics. He lost his former massive torso and protective plates, becoming more slender and human-like. The robot has no visible cables, which makes its appearance more neat and attractive. A significant update has been made to the robot's motor skills. Atlas is able to perform movements with greater grace and precision, which, according to Boston Dynamics, made him look like a professional athlete. The robot is able to rise after falls without assistance, which significantly increases its productivity. Boston Dynamics plans to begin pilot testing of the electric Atlas on high-end production lines as early as next year. On April 17, 2024, Boston Dynamics introduced a new generation of Atlas robots, developed together with Hyundai.
The new Atlas is designed based on decades of research and confirms our commitment to creating the most capable and useful mobile robots that solve the most difficult tasks in modern industry.
Explained in Boston Dynamics, the new model of Boston Dynamics robots will be tested at the testing ground at the Hyundai plant. The developers promise to tell more details about the robot and its device in the future. The company stated that it is the most dynamic humanoid robot in the world. The BDX droids were developed using new technologies from the research and development departments of Disney Research and Walt Disney Imagineering, whose work allows mechanical characters such as droids to interact with park visitors. The BDX droids were introduced to the public by Disney Imagineers during a live test conducted in October 2023, when 3 learning droids roamed the Disneyland park location Star Wars Edge of the Galaxy as a game test, during which the droids demonstrated the ability to overcome bumps and even dance without losing their balance. At that time, it was not confirmed whether BDX would be a permanent part of the Galaxy's Edge. On April 5, 2024, it was confirmed that the droids would appear in a limited-time release during the Season of the Force event. During development, the 3 BDX units were jokingly named after Disney triplets Huey, Dewey, and Louie. After the October playtest, Lucasfilm Story Group member Matt Martin said that he was not yet able to reveal the droids' names because they were still in development, although he did reveal the Huey, Dewey, and Louie jokes shared behind the scenes. Martin also had little input with the development of the props and instead credited the talents of the Imagineers with their creation. With the announcement that they would be coming to Season of the Force, the droids were officially revealed to be named BDX droids in universe. Ameca is primarily designed as a platform for the further development of robotic technologies involving human-robot interaction. To interact with the public, he uses built-in microphones, cameras with binoculars on his eye, a chest camera, and facial recognition software. Interactions can be controlled by either GPT-3 or a telepresence person. He also has articulated motorized arms, fingers, neck, and facial features. Ameca's appearance has gray rubber skin on her face and hands and is specially designed to appear asexual. The first generation of Ameca was developed at the headquarters of Engineered Arts in Falmouth, Cornwall, UK. The project started in February 2021, and the first video was publicly released on December 1st, 2021. Ameca attracted widespread attention on Twitter and TikTok ahead of its first public demonstration at CESS 2022, where it was covered by CNN and other news agencies. In 2022, Ameca presented an alternative Christmas message from Channel 4 for Christmas. Ameca is currently associated with the robot family of the Museum of the Future, where it can interact with visitors. Ameca is able to conduct a dialogue with a person, pose in a photo, repeat human facial expressions, and is scared by what this robot may surprise tomorrow. Skuo is a self-balancing wheelchair that can go up and down stairs independently and smoothly. This innovation offers its users a dynamic experience for navigating over obstacles, with multiple rubber tracks providing a smooth and safe ride on the stairs. With recent innovations in smartphone, automobile, drone, and even robotic vacuum cleaner technology, Skuo was surprised to find the same electric wheelchairs from years ago on today's market. The Skuo wheelchair's sturdy rubber tracks provide a safe and comfortable transition up or down stairs, while an extra-wide base stabilizes the chair, even on spiral staircases. Transfers onto the stairs and back to the floor are automated. The self-balancing chair also provides agile maneuvering and dynamic driving over common obstacles like curbs, while the user can either use the joystick or a shift in body weight to control the chair. The Skuo electric wheelchair features 3 different driving modes depending on the terrain. Safe mode is used for getting on and off, getting to a table, or standing still. Elevated mode enables eye-to-eye communication and reaching high-lying objects. Track mode overcomes slippery surfaces like snow or gravel, trickier obstacles, or steep inclines with increased traction. Tennis fans should like the following invention very much, since they no longer have to pick up balls on the court and calmly play their favorite game. In lawn tennis, during a regular workout, there are a lot of balls on the court. All of them have to be removed manually. Developers from Boston, USA have proposed to solve this problem with the help of the Tenabot robot, for the production of which funds are now being raised on Kickstarter. According to the developers, Tenabot uses computer vision and artificial intelligence, together with a wide-angle camera, for autonomous movement around the court, detecting and collecting tennis balls. It places the balls in a special container attached to the back, capable of accommodating 80 balls. Along with using the built-in sensors, the robot also communicates wirelessly with the Tenabot station, attached to the edge of the grid, which is a camera that constantly monitors its location. It is reported that Tenabot is moving at a speed of 2.3 kilometers per h. The battery charge is claimed to be enough for 5 hours of battery life. This robot collects balls all over the United States, and its cost starts from $2,000. Do you think it's worth spending that kind of money for the time you've saved? Subscribe and like to release a new video.